Organising workers in Mauritius. Mauritius is home to 1.2 million people, over 35,000 workers. That is more than 70% of the workers are migrants who come from countries such as Madagascar, Sri Lanka, Nepal and India. Bangladesh is by far the largest feeding country of migrant workers in Mauritius. Approximately 35% of the migrant workers in my country are from the Asian state. According to the World Bank, and in 2019, the number of estimated female migrant workers in the country stood at 44.6%. In 2021, more than 50,000 skilled migrant workers were employed and working in Mauritius. Although the textile industry provided employment for most migrants also tend to find employment in the construction sector, the building materials, landscaping, and information and technology sectors. How do migrant workers get to Mauritius? Many come on a tourist visa, stay for 6 months, and work on the black market. The workers are often lured into coming to Mauritius on the promise of good, decent jobs with huge earning potential. However, upon arrival, they are forced to work in hazardous environments with little or no compensation. Unfortunately, the conditions of employment mean that workers end up in ventures of debt bondage and are unable to financially support themselves and their families adequately. Engrossed in a cycle of debt, migrant workers work to pay debts that are exponentially greater than the original value of money that are borrowed. Many migrant workers enter exploitative, low-paying jobs, are forced to work long hours, and live in poor conditions. In addition to this, migrant workers also face a matrix of other violations. They are targeted by authorities, and employers are wrongfully and unlawfully seize the workers' identity documents, including passports, abuse and physically assault them, force workers to work overtime, fail to provide training, and fail to provide safe and decent transport to and from work. Migrant workers in the country are at risk of being paid poverty wages that are way below the country's national and the sector determined minimum wage, that is $250. The pandemic has worsened the situation. During the last 2 years, we have witnessed an aggravating situation of violation of the rights of migrant workers. Some were not even provided with adequate food, hygienic facilities, clean dormitories and toilets, and so on. The above and other conditions of employment and living have earned migrant workers in Mauritius the status of modern-day slave workers. Aware of this, the Construction Union, together with the CTSP, our national center, established a Migrant Resource Center, the MRC. The purpose of the MRC is mainly to raise awareness of the plight of migrant workers and raise awareness on the human rights violations of migrant workers while under territory. The center also provides support to workers by exposing and encouraging them to join the relevant trade unions. Understanding the existing cultural and language differences, the MRC offers information services in different languages. Through the MRC, the CTSP envisions that all migrant workers who may come to Mauritius will do so without having to pay any fees to recruitment agents and be received by a one-stop shop labor rights. The CMWEU and the CTSP took it a step further this year and launched a work digital application that promotes migrant rights. The Just Good Work Mauritius app was developed in collaboration with Anti-Slavery International and ASUS to assist workers who were either planning or finding employment in Mauritius, already working in Mauritius, or who are promised a good work prospect in the country. Workers and prospective workers are able to find information regarding their rights at work, health and safety, as well as decent wages. We have disseminated information through pamphlets and small videos and made use of our Facebook page. We also reduced our membership fee to 1 symbolic rupee to canvass them to join the union. We have collected over 100 complaints that were reported to the Ministry of Labour, to employers' organisations concerned, to the consulate, to embassies, and finally to the Ministry of Labour and also to the National Human Rights Commission in Mauritius. As there were many more problems being reported, we decided to have 2 hotlines, WhatsApp groups, where information can be easily shared, collect contract of employment, photos of abuses reported, the situation of the dormitory, and encourage workers to record short videos explaining their situation. In this way, we are able to confront employers, complain and negotiate on a stronger footing, and of course of the older workers. We believe that we should all strive to work towards the betterment of the world, and only trade unions have the possibility to do that. No worker must be left behind. No worker will be left behind. Aman la. Thank you.